Do you want to play like Pep Guardiola's Manchester City on FC25? City have made 3 big signings that have got into the first team in January in Marmoush, Nico Khusanov and also Nico Khusanov. Those 3 players have changed the way Pep Guardiola plays, and we're going to show you exactly how to do it in this 4-2-4 formation. Now, there's different ways you can go with this, there's different tactical approaches, but this is the way I like to go with it, and I'm taking a big chunk of this and inspiration from Manchester City's performance away at the London Stadium against Spurs. If you watch that game, if you're a City fan, if you weren't a City fan, you'll see this is exactly how City played in that game. So if we go into tactics, I'll show you here exactly how to do things, exactly how you want the players to play. The code is there on the screen right now if you want to just go ahead and do that, but I want to explain things in more detail because things will change. Starting off with a tactical preset, I always like to go with custom. That is the way that you want to play. The formation is the 4-2-4 formation. We're going to go short passing and defensive approach. It depends on you, but I like to play fully at 100 defensive approach. The most front-footed defensive approach, adopting a high line, focusing on applying pressure once the opponent makes a mistake, setting off fire traps. It uses more stamina, but the players chase, harry, and do everything to try and get the ball back. Now let's have a look at the way we do line up with the instructions for the players. In possession, it's going to look something like this, which is a 3-3-4. That is the way City played against Spurs, and there is ways to change this as well. Without a doubt, you can change it. So starting the 4-2-4, which is important for your pressing, really important for your defensive shape. City always defend no matter how they play in possession. Out of possession, City always defend in a 4-2-4 every single time. Pep Guardiola always makes it that way. Even if they weren't moving to 3 at the back, 5 at the back, 2 at the back, 1 at the back, they always defend with a 4-2-4. So that is the way you're going to look like it in attack and defending wise. So Edison, sweeper, keeper, build up. We want him to get on the ball as much as possible, and we want to pass the ball around and be, really emphasise his ability on the ball. A right back is Matheus Nunes. He's going to be asked to be drifting infield and playing as a false fullback. Of course, Rico Lewis could do that job as well. Guardiola on the left-hand side, we're going to ask him to play as a defensive fullback. Now, this is one area of the game you can change. I'll tell you different sorts of options you can do with this, but this is the first one that we're going to show you guys. He can play as a fullback and defend. He makes up the back 3. Diaz plays as an aggressive ball-playing defender, and Khusanov plays as a very aggressive stopper. That is your back 4. Khusanov is trying to win the ball all the time, but both defenders very aggressive. It does mean, though, you're open at the back. You've got to play possession football. If you want to play counter-attacking football, if you want to hit teams quickly on the counter, you're going to get caught out very quickly playing this way. Into midfield 3, we're going to play Nico Khusanov as a half-winger. Yes, that might come as a surprise to you, but his decision is to move into the thought of 3 midfield. He plays wide in that half, and that really does help out getting Jeremy Doku isolated against their fullback, and Doku in one-on-one situations is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Kovacic plays a deep line playmaker on build-up, and then we move on to the front 4. So Doku's a winger attack. Like I said, Nico here is going to help Doku out massively, and that just creates space for Doku just to be who he wants to be and just destroy fullbacks. Savinho a bit more isolated on this far side, but Nunes will help him out a little bit. Savinho again, winger attack, showing his ability to beat players and get balls into these players in the box, which is Marmoush, who's on advance forward and complete. He goes here, there and everywhere. He makes those runs in behind when needed to. He drops deep as well to pick up the ball and take players on. He's just sort of all-rounded forward. He's creative forward. And Erling Haaland, he's got one choice and one choice only, and that is to get in the box and to get goals in the back of it. Now, you can change things tactically if you want to. Pep Guardiola changes things as well, and I'll show you those other options that we can make. And that is with Savinho on the left-hand side, for example, rather than Erling Haaland. Savinho on the left, and Doku drops out for Phil Foden. This is one thing that Pep Guardiola does do. You could play De Bruyne in the Marmoush role as well, and you could play exactly like this. And the only change I'd make with that one is, when you go into tactics, if you play Foden instead of that right-hand side, you don't want Foden playing as a winger. You can ask Foden to play as an inside forward and be roaming. So he comes inside. Nico is going to stay in his position here and play as a playmaker or a box-to-box, depending on what you want. Playmaker suits him a bit better as a roaming playmaker, but you can play him as a box-to-box as well. He's brilliant at that also. But I think a playmaker, and to have him on roaming. Kovacic stays the same, the defenders stay the same, but your fullbacks change. Nunes is going to play as attacking wing-back. He's going to vacate that space that Foden goes into. And then also Guardiola, he's going to play as a false fullback. And the next good team is going to look like this, and that is very different now. So Nunes creates that space on that far side. You've got Marmoush held up there. What I would do if you're going to play this way, I'd move Marmoush to the left hand side, play him as your advance forward and complete again, and then the same for Haaland, you play him as your poacher. So that means that you've got Haaland through the centre, Marmoush and Foden supporting him just in behind, Nunes on the far right hand side, Savinho on the far left. I mean, you can even get Nunes on balanced, you can change to attacking. That does mean that he doesn't offer so much defensive support, so you want him to sort of unbalanced. But that is the way it looks. The 2 in midfield, Vardiel helping out as well. I mean, like I said, you can have Nico as a playmaker, or you can even have him as a box-to-box as well, if that's the way you want to go with things. The defenders stay the same, and City play the back 3 using Edison. That is the tactic I use. If you want to use that one, I'll show you the tactical code for playing that way. That is the tactical code on screen right now. If you want to play forward instead, drift inside, and the right wing back over attacking across that right-hand side. That is my tactic for FC 25. Let us know in the comments down below how it works for you. Please give it a go. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I think it really does replicate the way City play. And if you can do it, if you can implement it in the FC 25, if you can get it to work, see how much you can win in your career modes, and maybe even online too. Thank you for watching. Please like the video if you're already. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are going to be using these tactics in our FC 25 career mode as the rebuild begins in the next episode coming up. We'll see you guys next time.